I want to go over some of the ways that I applied the features of PowerPoint to help you do some of these images here as you work on this little presentation. So these images were snipped from the Humboldt State University website, and if you need a refresher on that, go ahead and watch that video on using the snipping tool. First of all, let's start with the background. What I did here was try to match some of the Humboldt State colors. Got this green and gold and used a little bit of a gradient. I'll create a new blank slide, design, format background, and then I'm going to choose a gradient fill. And you can use these presets if you like. So I'm interested in some green and yellow, so I'll go ahead and pick this green. It's not quite the green I would like, but we can do some adjustments on there. And then we have these gradient stops here. And so for this one, I'm going to use just 2 of these. So what you can do is you can delete one of them. These things control where the colors start and stop. And so I'm going to click on there and then click delete. So I just have 2 of these to deal with. So I've got my green one here. And I can go ahead and adjust that color. I'll go ahead and just pick pretty intense green, and then this one will make that gold. Now clearly that's just a bit too much. So what I could do, I could just reduce the transparency of that some, soften it a bit, move this gradient stop over to fill in with a little bit more green. And then if this area here I feel needs a little bit of work, I can just make it a little more transparent. Something like that. You can fool with these quite a bit. But anyway, that's good enough for now. But that's how you would do that with a gradient fill. And you can also experiment with some of these other backgrounds that you could format. And so then the next step, I would go ahead and start putting my pictures in there. So let's take a look at my original here. So that was an image that I snipped from the website. That's pretty straightforward. I came in, insert, picture. Take a look at my view here. That was this one here. And then I moved that up into this corner. And then, this image, aerial view of the university with this frame. That was pretty simple. Once again, insert the picture. There it is without the frame. Maybe make it a little bit smaller. And once again, I'm holding the Shift key down to constrain my proportions of height to width. And then maybe I want to just make that look a little more interesting. So I could come over to some of these frame choices here. There's just a white frame, a little thick, gray. There we go. Just add some dimension to that image. And then another picture of the university with some soft edges. And then we've got this lumberjack logo here that's been modified so that it's transparent as far as the background of that image goes. And the way you would do that is go ahead and insert that picture. And this is a picture that I snipped from the website. And so the original image has this white background. And so the way you can eliminate that is to come over to Color and then set the transparent color. So you get this little arrow and you click on the color you want to be transparent. So I want to get rid of the white background there. And so now I have the background becomes the background of the slide. So I made it a little bit transparent. So that just makes it a little more interesting. That's just a couple techniques you can use as you build your California State University PowerPoint presentation.